So why do we want to get organized? We're getting organized for what? I'm April Perry with Learn to Become, and today we're going to answer this question, hopefully in a way that excites you. Let's dive in. I was recently doing an interview talking about organizing, and one of the questions from the viewers came in and said, when do you put rest on your list? When do you just sit on the porch and drink lemonade? Or when do you just have some downtime? Because we can't just go every day. And I thought that was such a wise question, because I don't want to get organized personally, and I don't want you to get organized so you can just do more and move faster and never have any downtime. I actually believe the purpose of creating this command central system I talk about is so we can have a slower, more deliberate, more peaceful, calm life. And I want to share a little bit about how that works and how I created that perspective. So first I have a question to ask. How much time do you think that the average person spends spinning? That means procrastinating, looking for things, rescheduling appointments that they missed, following up on things they forgot about, or just kind of distracting themselves or feeling like they're just moving in circles, not actually getting anything done. When I ask members of our community what they would say, typically the answer is somewhere between 50 and 90% of the time. And I think that makes sense, because a lot of us feel like, oh, if I have 8 hours of the day, I might just get a couple of hours of solid work done, and the rest of the day I'm just kind of moving in circles, not necessarily having that calm rest, but just keeping busy and thinking that I'm getting things done when I'm really not. So now I want to ask the question, what if 0% of your time was spent spinning? Let's say you never procrastinated because everything was just broken down so simply that you couldn't procrastinate. It just felt really light and easy. And let's say your systems were so seamless that really you never spent even 1 minute looking for something, because you have things decluttered, you have them where they belong, you've got general routines in place that really work for your family and your business and your personal life. And let's say you're just moving through your life feeling really calm and really peaceful and getting the most important things done. Well, now there's all that time, 50 to 90% of the time that most people are spending spinning, that you now have available because you're not doing that. And sometimes when I share that, people don't believe me. When I say, oh, you're gonna have so much more time once you build your system and get in order, that you won't even know what to do with your time. People say, that will never happen. I can't even imagine having downtime. I can't even imagine having open time. But what happens is when you get your systems in place, you just start feeling this sense of calm. Then you need to decide, well, then what am I going to do? Now that I can get what used to take me all day done in just a couple of hours, I do have time to do more. Now, this is where in the Western culture, we often say, well, then let's make our list longer. Let's get projects done faster. Let's never leave money on the table. Let's just move, and sign up for more things. And you could do some of that if you'd like. But I also recommend that you then say, you know what, now I do have time to rest, to sit on the porch, to walk my dog, to have more conversations, to build relationships, to take up a hobby, to read, to serve, to connect with God, to have that time where now you're not just in a rush. And the thing is that we kind of get addicted to the rush. And I know when I first built my command central and I got my emails to 0 and got everything organized, I was walking around my house just looking for something to do because I wasn't used to having calm. And now I take that calm and I still think, well, how can I serve and how can I use my energy for good? But I'm not in that rush every day. So I just want to share from my past experience a couple things that I did that didn't work for me, just so that you can know that as you're moving forward. Now, I know you can't imagine maybe all the free time that you'll have, but when you build your system, your command central, and when you get organized and you have that more time, if you decide you want to just do a lot more, you may end up how I ended up. So number one, I ended up getting achievement addiction, which meant that I gauged my value, my worth, by how many things I checked off during the day. And if I had a list of things to do and then something happened that interrupted me, or someone wanted to talk to me, or maybe the family needed more time, I would get a little tense because I thought like, oh, I'm not getting everything checked off. And that really hurt me because I love my family and I wanted to be present with the people in my life, but I had this kind of addiction to achievement in the back of my mind that caused a lot of stress on my body. And then number two, I actually did get physically sick. So I spent a couple of years having digestion issues, having neck pain, having problems, because I was trying to do so much and I took on more and more because I could. But it was more than I actually wanted to take on, and it ended up just being so much on my to-do list and so much taking up my brain space that my body just started to kind of shut down. So I'm just sharing that as a little warning or as just some insight for you that as you get more and more organized, I'm guessing you're probably watching multiple channels here on YouTube sharing all these great organizing tips, and maybe you're implementing them and maybe you're finding you're super productive. I just do caution you to watch out for that achievement addiction or that physical exhaustion that might happen, because just because you can doesn't mean you should. That's a phrase that my husband and I have shared together for a long time, reminding each other that just because you can get 50 things checked off, or you can run 4 businesses, or you can be on every committee and be all over the place, it doesn't mean that that's really what we should be doing. We want to be able to listen to, that inner sense of understanding and that compass inside that helps us to know where to best put our efforts. Everything here on our channel at Learn, Do, Become is designed to help you decrease the spinning, decrease the procrastination, and to be able to get things done with an appropriate amount of energy that feels exciting and positive and builds great momentum in your life. And as you move forward, I guess just my final encouragement for you is to recognize that as your discretionary time increases, that you get to choose if you just do more, or if you rest, or how you exactly use that time. Getting organized doesn't mean that you have to do more. It means that you will have more energy to do what matters most. So I hope you explore the videos here on the channel. We're so happy to have you here at Learn, Do, Become.